Welcome to Last Week in Warframe, a series where I keep you updated on the past week of Warframe by compiling all news, announcements, and general posts by the developers from the forums, Reddit, Twitter, and even their live streams. Timestamps to each topic as well as their sources are in the description, so without further ado, let's go over these announcements and news from the 1st to the 17th of March. Starting with Devstream 140, Tennocon this year will not have physical attendance, but Tennocon will continue with streams on the 11th of July. The Warframe dev teams are also now working from home for the same reason, and with that in mind, DE are hoping to release Operation Scarlet Spear this week on PC, but with the teams working from home, the release may be delayed. The impact status proc will be changed with the upcoming Operation Scarlet Spear, with the removal of knockdown and ragdolls, but it will remain with the staggers and big staggers. On top of this change, impact will increase your chances at opening enemies up to the Parazon Mercy kill state, and Scott did say on stream that it would increase the Parazon Mercy state window by 10% with each impact proc. Now for the gas status effect, that will also be changing and it will stack. With each stack, it will increase the gas cloud's AoE to a maximum of around 10 to 12 meters, but the clouds will start around 3 meters, so it'll scale up with more procs. When the enemy who was procced with a gas status effect dies, the cloud will also linger past its death for a short duration. Toxic Ancients will no longer provide 80% gas resistance to enemy teammates. Liches will be open to status effects as well, but the impact status proc has a cooldown when applied on Liches. The Lich won't be susceptible to radiation, and instead enemies under the effect of radiation will deal more damage to the Lich. Liches will also see improved toughness. DE did comment that Liches will be the first to have their immunity removed to test the waters. Now the main focus of the dev stream was breaking down and the showcase of Operation Scarlet Spear. With that said, I will play a short number of clips that showcase the upcoming operation. There will be a guide when the operation goes live, but this is just a preview of what's to come.
Well, this will also come with another advancement of the story.
Yep.
Major.
That's happening, and a little bit of a twist there. And then, of course, the Sentients on the heels of that story development will then launch their Murexes to kind of start probing the defenses of the Tenno and the Earth and so on. It's kind of the top level of it. It's using the squad link tech that we showed last year. It's expanded. Obviously, this is going to be our first big run of it, so it'll be interesting how this plays out for everyone.
The flotilla, rather, Scarlet Spear. There's going to be a team that sends kill codes and a team that receives them to do their part in the Scarlet Spear effort. What you'll see right now are a lot of us have icons above our heads, and like in a ranking officer format for war, your contributions to the Scarlet Spear Murex appearances will be signified by these badges. So the more you do, the more your rank will go up, and people will be able to recognize very quickly who's sort of the 4-star general of the bunch. Little Duck, of course, is your sort of central person to not only learn about why we're doing this.
Who's that?
There's a lot of things that you'll be able to buy. So right now you'll only see a handful of arcanes because we're going to be adding them all as we balance the event. We just don't want to put the full store out if there's like a crazy exploit, and that just will destroy the arcane intended rarity flow. So all of the arcanes will be available probably within the first week or so of the event. We just need to make sure there's not an exploit. But we are going to be doing Stance Forma debut here. This is a soft launch of the Stance Forma, which it's not in the market. It's only here. You can't buy it.
Yep.
So
what else can we get? We've got some sentient weapons in there.
there is a Seti Lacera blueprint. There is a new weapon, the Basmu.
Got some clan sigils in here.
Yes, if you have your, I don't know if I have my, yeah, so if you are proud like me and have an emblem, you can now wear it as a sigil.
Prime time, cool, okay. All right.
Cool. Simularina, which will be the new simulacrum that you can grab as well.
Simularina.
I'm going to be running one of the 2 missions in the Scarlet Spear operation. As you can see, Earth is displayed here, and then the Murex that is appeared is here. You basically have a choice between what one you want to go on. Do you want to do a Murex aid, or do you want to do a ground assault?
So if you're here in the flotilla, this will actually be a real-time display of the battle states. You can see we've got on our test cluster, we've got no deployments in the ground mission, and we have 1 deployed squad in space.
Bullet magnet.
The other cool thing is, if you have played a lot and you've got a lot of Scarlet Spear credits, you can actually deploy care packages to the squads that are actually in the battle as well. So you can kind of sit here and maybe be a bit of a lazy general in a way, I think, once you've earned the things that you want.
Oh shit.
Take out that Condrix.
Shoot the convict now.
Got it, little. Oh,
So as phases of deployment, is transporting in sentient troopers to assault. And once you disable it, then you can start uploading codes to orbit.
Sargus, we are Prime.
all right. So we got one kill. Oh, look, Megan got it. We received. Megan, did you get it?
Took it.
You can split screen to Megan now, Dean. And not by split screen, I mean just transfer. So Megan is currently in the Railjack Murex raid. My crew has completed their scan because all of us put our uplink beacons down. It went faster, so the more coordinated your team is, the better you'll do. Megan's team is currently receiving them. We are going to head to the next Condrix. So this is an endless event, should you want it to be. I could extract at any time now, and the next Condrix has arrived. And we are sending them back and forth with uplink. You can see other people are receiving them.
Yeah, so as she does more Condrix, the difficulty scales up, but so does her rewards.
So the oplinks you need to defend while they're deployed, and they have persistent health, so as the difficulty escalates, they will carry forward any damage that's been done in the prior stages. So you have escalating point rewards, but you also have this kind of attrition on your uplinks.
So you have someone is with you there. Someone is on the Railjack, defending it from sentience.
Yeah, great.
And then someone's on the Railjack gun. So her 4-person squad is working together to achieve what Megan's doing, which is inside the Murex, but there are people outside on the Railjack fending off waves of space fighters.
Yeah, right on.
So her mission has a lot of high-end coordination, and then the ground mission has moment-to-moment coordination going on here. Let's see what we can. So we've already gone up about 5 levels for the Condrix, I think. We're at level 31 now, so as Endless does, it gets harder with time, Warframe players.
Yep.
Oh, we got new enemies! Oh, do you need to do this? There we go.
So I would say we're kind of, the event is all structurally there and working. It's definitely in the balance phase and the costing phase. So it's the playtesting phase, which we adjust all the numbers and adjust all the enemy levels and whatever the amount of AI that's active.
All right, we'll head out of here. The uplink is in our inventory, sitting pretty. We shall extract. So I have my medal, signifying that I have indeed done part of the operation.
And can you afford an arcane yet, or
Can I afford?
what's
There you
the
go.
deal?
I'm leading.
Oh,
Kill Code
wow,
Center. Look out,
wow.
fools. My screen to Megan's now. So real time, she's in the Murex. We can see that she's there, doing that. Getting her Murex kill codes on. So kudos to Megan and squad. All right, so this will be Scarlet Spear. It'll be coming, and the way it'll work is every flotilla of Scarlet Spear will have a countdown of when the next Murex is going to appear. So these are going to be basically up for several hours, down for a little bit, with a timer allowing you to prepare for the next one. So you won't be in the dark about when the next one's coming. You'll always know the up and down time. We must ask, when is command coming? I do have a couple questions in the thread about it. What's the plan with command? When's it coming? What does it look like? And I know you guys have some sort of back and forth on that.
It's being worked on, and that's, I think, probably what we said last time.
Yep.
But it's definitely not forgotten or lost in the shuffle. It is coming.
Now, in regards to the timed Scarlet Spear comment, Rebecca did follow up on Reddit after a post was made, and Rebecca did say that it will have no longer than 10 minutes downtime. As for why there is a time gate if it's not a serious time gate, Rebecca shared that it's to give human beings a break and break up scoring intervals. The next Prime access is for Titania, and Titania Prime will be coming with a Corinth Prime and Pangolin Sword Prime. Titania Prime will have an exclusive movement set where she hovers off the ground when moving by using her wings. Titania Prime also has unique emissive wings as shown on stream, and Titania, when in Razor Wing, will also receive the ability to blink. The Corinth Prime's secondary fire will need to be activated again in order to explode, and it does not explode on impact. Modular Archwing. It was discussed again, and we got a bit more about it. So, existing Archwings will be split into parts that players can combine. We've known this for a bit. They did show an image of the various combinations that will be available for the Modular Archwing system, with each part having different stats just like kick guns and Zors. Players who do own the current versions of Archwings will receive their modular pieces when the changes come. Scott did mention that one of these pieces would allow you to enter a dogfight state that keeps your Archwing following fighters. Mastery rank will be tied to the engines, and they also shared that the combinations shown were not all the Archwing pieces, and that they are just the ones we know about. Jeff did say that the Shadow opened the door to arc guns being equipped as weapons rather than a gear item, but they're focused on finishing the damage rework and the other content for now. Glassmaker was talked about, but only in the sense of previewing something, and no other comments were made, even about the release of it. Nova will have a Liverian exhibit, and her deluxe skin and collection will both be coming with Scarlet Spear. The deluxe collection will include the skin, a sniper rifle, and a Syandana. We did receive a better look at Ash Deluxe, but the release date of this skin is still unknown. The Hydroid and Korra Deluxe skins are pretty far along, but they are still in development, and they are still working on the Gara and Garuda Deluxe skins. Moving on to more news outside of the Devstream. Pablo shared on Twitter that they are reworking the UI for the Clan and Friends screen, and he asked if anyone wants something changed UI-wise. Now, a link to that post is in the description if you want to share a thought. He had also shared on Twitter one of the 4 new Exilus mods coming to the Arbitration store with Scarlet Spear, and that's a mod that grants energy and bonus energy to the player when shooting energy orbs. This mod will not be compatible with area of effect weapons. Quality of Life Exilus Augment mods will be coming to Nezha, Zephyr, and Titania. They will disable the passives for these Warframes while providing for Nezha and Zephyr 12% power strength, and for Titania it'll grant 32% reduced damage when airborne. He had also, in response to a player, shared that they are happy with the current passives for the Warframes listed, and that these augments are for the niche users that don't like the passives. Pablo had also addressed why Titania did not receive power strength by sharing that Aviator is the most used Exilus mod for her, and that making it Aviator would make the choice to use the mod less painful to those that don't want vacuum. He had also addressed the concern of adding power strength to these mods by saying it applies to the same slot that power drift could be on, and if that's the case, you lose 3% power. In regards to passive augments, Pablo shared that that would be something he would like to try after the next patch. Lastly, in response to a player who asked about the mag augment shown during the new player experience trailer at Tennocon, Pablo shared that they'll do something when the intro cinematic is in the game. Scott shared on his Twitter a video of Grendel eating a grenade. Steve did have a live stream alongside the release of update 27.2 on PC, and the only comment to highlight from that stream that wasn't the patch notes was the following.
What is the main IDE you guys use to build the game and the main language used? We're using right now the Microsoft Visual Studio. We use Visual Studio that is made by Microsoft, and that compiles to all of our targets currently. We program in C++ for most of it, and then I would say maybe, it's hard to call this number, Glenn would probably know better than I would say maybe a third of the game is now also in Lua, which is a scripting language that runs the C++. And then we use that for things like game modes and powers and kind of weird effects that and systems that don't seem to be kind of strictly defined, that are kind of weirder and break the rules. And then we have a back-end code that we write. There's a mix of languages on there, so things like Node.js or PHP, those will be the things that we're using to drive that stuff. Pretty standard stuff. Yeah, a little bit of Perl here and there. But as far as game programming goes, C++ and Lua are the big ones. We also use Lua to drive all of the UI. Yeah, there you go. Someone's asking about command in Railjack. It's in the works. Command's a little bit harder for us because we are making and converting and animating crew members. So hang on for that, but it's definitely in the pipe. There's a lot of status changes in this mainline. Probably the most hotly debated stuff in our internal design channel was how to make status a bit more relevant.
Update 27.2 Warframe Revised has launched on all platforms as of recording this video. That's PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and I do have multiple patch note coverage videos up on the channel, and a card is up on your screen to my playlist with said videos, alongside the hotfixes that followed its release. Now, after a forum post was made sharing frustration about the 24-hour build time on Forma, and how it can result in players getting their built Forma just as they stop playing 24 hours later, DE Drew responded to the post by saying he'll see if they can reduce it by at least an hour to make scheduling easier. Moving on once again, it's Warframe's 7th year anniversary, and if you log into the game before the 30th of March, you will get through an inbox message a complete Dex armor set. There are 2 remaining alert periods occurring on the weekends of March 20th and March 27th that reward the Dex Dakra, Excalibur Dex Noggle, Dex in Action Glyph, and the Lisette Dex skin. The full information about those alert periods are up on your screen. 7th year anniversary merch is also available on the Warframe merch store that includes a t-shirt, pin, and poster. DE are also running a community event up until Tennocon, where the community can partake in helping the creation of a new Warframe, and at the moment they're looking for themes, but that ends on the 19th of March, which is blue when this video goes live. After that, they move into the voting phase. All the information about this event is on the forum post, which is linked in the description. For Nintendo Switch users, the Esteem Pack 4 is live on your platform, and you can get the Frost Opal skin, the Fraggle Opal skin, 170 Platinum plus a 3-day affinity and credit booster. For PlayStation 4 users, the Renown Pack 18 is live on your platform, and you will get the Obsidian Grattler skin, the Grattler, 170 Platinum and a 3-day affinity booster. Lastly, to end the episode, DE have simplified the reactions on the Warframe forums by removing every other reaction except for liking posts. So, there you go with that. Anyway, that does conclude this episode of Last Week in Warframe. If you found the video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you think I can improve upon the series in any way, shape, or form, make sure to leave a comment down in the section down below. And if you want the channel glyph, there are codes up on your screen, 5 codes per platform, and if someone has already redeemed one, you won't be able to use that code to get a glyph for yourself. And if you missed out on the previous episode, there is an annotation on your screen that'll take you right to it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.